Too much of me. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. What we doing tonight? The same thing we do every night. Sell more shit. Make more stuff. Lighting's bad, but you know that. I have a market in about 10 days, so I have to get back on the horse, as they say. Back in the game. Back to the drawing board. What are we watching tonight? I know I have been just binging has-been hotel songs for like eternity, feels like. But they're so good. Like Disney, take notes. Do 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 do. Let's see. I'll find something in a bit. Do 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 do. Golly. I don't want to do Sherlock Holmes. They're starting to get monotonous for me. Let's do something weird, maybe? Let's see, what's this? Myst? Is it a survival game? Probably. Let's try some... screw it. MatPat isn't going to be around for very much longer, so we'll play some games with him tonight.
Say hello to more possibilities. More family faves. More gathering.
Timeline, man. Timeline of this game. Oh! There he is! There's my boy sitting down to dinner.
Oh my god.
Yes! To GT Not Live, where you know what I miss?
What do you miss, Matt?
I
get it. Like the cabin?
Yes,
Stonehenge.
As Stonehenge, the cabin.
Yeah.
Great. I don't know why, and this is completely random, but this morning I woke up and I was singing the song Stonehenge by Elvis. And I'm like, you know what? There hasn't been like a funny, stupid, viral meme song that I've been aware of. Am I unaware of this? Is this a TikTok thing? Like, can you come up with any stupid, like, viral, goofy parody song or something at this point? I'm looking for recommendations. For those of you who don't know, Elvis was the creator behind What Does the Fox Say? Obviously, it's one of the biggest, like, viral songs ever on the platform. It was a big focus on like a YouTube rewind, like it had this really goofy music video where everyone dressed up in like fox suits, you know, whipping and neighing through the like forest, the terrible CGI fox that ascends to heaven through like a UFO. If you've never seen the music video for What Does the Fox Say, do yourself a favor and go visit it. Though that being said, Elvis, the creator of that song, actually your roster goes and it goes hard. My personal favorite is but I think the writing is like so on point, so funny, and the song is catchy. It's John England, which is about like some political thing that I know literally nothing about outside of he likes standing in the rain, is a very romantic figure, and his thighs are very another favorite Elvis song?
The Cabin, hands down.
Solid. That's their kind of like romantic one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The smooth jam.
Oh, the smoothest.
Oh, they go smooth. They go very smooth. But anyway, I looked up and I'm like, oh, Stonehenge, I love that song. I need a new one of those. I need a new parody song or like funny tongue-in-cheek like music artist. And I don't know of any right now. Like I haven't been aware of one in a while.
No, I feel like a lot of parodies get written off as very millennial and cringy, especially on TikTok.
I mean, that's hi.
Yeah.
Hello, it's
the TV,
me,
sweetie.
Millennial cringe. Oh hi. So, oh hi, can I have cheeseburger? Yes. That's even old for me.
Not that
Like
for,
Facebook.
huh?
Anyway, yeah. So you Gen Zers don't have like parodies.
You putting a face to the name there?
To dance like a fox in the forest and ponder
My
what
cat is
sound
just
it's
sitting here
making.
watching
No,
TV.
I think
Wow.
it's like no more fun anymore. Like, I see this millennial doing no harm on TikTok,
Yeah.
taking a popular song and making a parody about loving dogs with it,
Great.
and she'll get drilled into the earth for it.
Yeah,
Right?
have fun. All right, so hey, because I'm millennial cringe and I want funny song to listen to. So anyway, today, while we were away last week, you didn't know this, but we were away last week. Surprise! We're filming a couple things for some upcoming episodes. Game series, including a game lab, which is kind of cool. We revisited all sorts of past things, or we're in the process of revisiting all sorts of past things.
He's not
And,
gonna hurt you.
Game Lab. I'd love to redo like one version of Game Lab, or like some throwback to Game Lab. So that's coming up. It was super fun. It's really cool. I hope you like
Fluffy
it.
tails,
So
fluffy
we were out in Texas filming with a bunch of tanks, which was cool. But while we were gone, there's a new FNAF game. There's another new FNAF game.
Surprise!
Whoa! Yeah, I mean, I am surprised, actually, because for those of you who don't know, we follow FNAF here a lot. That's not a surprise. No. The surprise is that after 2023 was wrapped, there wasn't a lot of FNAF in the news, right? Like, all the books were supposed to be done, all the games, there weren't any games predicted to be out on the horizon, like Ruin and Help Wanted 2 were kind of the last two in the pipeline that we knew about. And then the movie obviously came out, and while we all expect, and there's been news about like Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is in development and this and that, the ETA of that, and the shooting and all that, all a complete mystery, right? And so it's one of those things that like 2024, as I saw it, was like the year without FNAF. Kind of crazy. It feels so odd to say. It feels like it's this thing that just hits us every other month. But yeah, it was 2024, the year without FNAF, and yet here we are. Top of 2024, and apparently there's a new game, and they also announced that the books are restarting, or like that there's a new book that's coming out later this year. There's a glow-in-the-dark book, apparently similar to what it seems like it's supposed to be similar to
a little bit wound up tonight.
the Journal Number 3 from Gravity Falls, but apparently it's a coloring book with glow-in-the-dark elements, so I'm pretty hyped about that, just because Ollie really like.
Start your day. Destroy the competition we made to fill you up. Help you show the kid that they don't you. There's nothing many about it.
Coloring book, and now if there's a glow-in-the-dark coloring book, I'm excited about that. Seems like a good place to hide lore. But obviously the biggest news is that there's a new game, and it's a game based off of Into the Pit. For those who don't know, that is the first book in the series of the Fazbear Frights book. So there was Fazbear Frights books, at this point there's, what, 12, 16, 18, 20, I don't know, there's 23, I don't know, there's some egregious number of books that I've read across these two series. And the very first one of the very first series is Into the Pit. This is the one that became iconic for all the memes about time-traveling ball pits, right? Where a boy named Oswald goes into a dirty, nasty ball pit and then winds up in 1985 to the night of the missing children incident, right? He's like, whoa, look at this. This is an old pizzeria, and whoa, why are there police here, and why is there cops? And it's like, uh-oh, there's dead bodies in the back, whoopsie. It's a very strange story. Obviously, anytime you're talking about a ball pit that makes you travel through time, things are gonna get weird. And what's even stranger, though, is that apparently they decided to make a game out of that concept, which I'm intrigued about. So that's what we're reacting to today. Since I didn't have a chance to really get into it last week, Ash is full of trailers, we're going to react to that, as well as a couple of hidden images that were found across the web.
Secret pictures.
Oh, secret pics.
Yes.
Nice. Secret pics about, that were also found in association with this. So, I guess, without any further ado, we should just hop into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, without any further ado, let's just hop into it. this official Into the Pit trailer leak. So the story goes, right, that this leaked early, and everyone's like, is this real? Is it not real? And Scott went online and said, like, hey, this is leaked. I didn't anticipate this coming out, but I'm totally okay with that, right? So this is an approved leak.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. As opposed to the Roblox, there was also a FNAF Roblox leak from like a month ago that people played, and Scott was like, well, didn't want people to see that because this is not anywhere close to being finalized or finished. So this is an approved leak as opposed to that Roblox one, which was an unapproved leak, so that's why we're reacting to this one. FNAF official Into the Pit leak trailer. I'm so curious about this. I'm so curious about this. Cool. Okay. Already off the bat. Hey, welcome. It's second 3. Already off the bat, I would be confused if I were you if you had not read the like hundreds of stories that this franchise has produced. So it's Jerry's Pizza, right? This entire the Fazbear Frights books have this recurring theme of new restaurants and new establishments being put into old Freddy's locations, right? And so in this case, Jerry's Pizza in the Into the Pit book is actually an old Freddy's location that after it closed down and was vacant for a while, got kind of like repurposed and re-upped into Jerry's Pizza. And I think that was one of the most helpful things about that book series for the overall lore of the franchise is getting us as theorists and getting the community to really think about like, hey, the realities of this situation, right? I think a lot of people, you know, and myself included, in the early days of theorizing, are like, well, this is the pizzeria, and that pizzeria exists forever, right? But I think one of the cool things that FNAF has done is take the reality of a business closing and saying, like, well, that vacant building is going to be around, and it needs to be protected by a security guard, and people are going to loot it. Or, hey, that building is going to be other people and be turned into something else, and transformed into a new business, the history of that location. Or, like we saw in Ruin and Security Breach, other things get built on top of it. You know, over time, buildings smaller or over, and you have this kind of like stacking and layering of history. And as the franchise has gotten bigger and bigger and deeper, you have more and more history. And so Into the Pit was really, like, as the first story out of the gate of the first book series, the books are going to help solve the mysteries of the past and give you clues of the mysteries of the past. And this is one of the clues, right? It's like, hey, this was the location where kids died, where they went missing, and it's now been repurposed into like a new pizza place. That's cool. I do want to call out the fact though that this is like SNES era graphics, it looks like, which I'm all about. Right off the bat, very excited about anything SNES era. SNES, Super Nintendo, was really my childhood console. Growing up, I know that makes me like dead and buried and 3 times over, but like, in my opinion, like, the best games and some of the best art styles came out of that era just because there was such an emphasis on storytelling. There was such an you had some amazing RPGs coming out of there like Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. Like Super Mario really defined what the platformer was at that point and found itself there. And the colors were so bright and vibrant. And you had enough pixels that it wasn't just like the 8-bit stuff from the Nintendo era, but it wasn't so many that you were getting into the more complicated, realistic graphics that we are today. Like it really found its gaming. And of this era, that's cool. That's cool. Awesome. Oh, the animations are great. He's a squeaky boy. Oh yeah. He's got a good back.
Right? That is defined.
Yeah, man. His deltoids. Look at that.
That man has played a lot of Ring Fit Adventure.
Right, he is squeezing that ring. Dragow or whatever his name is. He is fighting Dragow running through the land of fitness.
He just pulled like 30 shoulder presses.
Right, he is getting perfects across the board.
Ring is so proud of him.
I love the fact that you're playing Ring Fit Adventure. I need to bust mine out. I
Yeah,
love
dude.
it. For those who don't know, Ring Fit Adventure, it's basically like the Switch's equivalent of like Wii Fit or whatever. You got this like big old ring thing and you squeeze it a bunch and it works your body in some way. And And it's surprisingly difficult. The cardio is hard. You're like, please register my running. And you're like, your knees aren't high enough, and you're like, God, how much higher do I need to get my knees to register like I'm walking at a brisk pace here? It's a fun game, and it's great cardio. But yeah, he'd be squeezing that ring.
He's squeezing it hard.
He's squeezing it hard. You know, I don't think any video game character's butt can compete with Solid Snake's from Metal Gear Solid. I mean, I think that's pretty well established at this point, that when it comes to butts in video gaming, that's Solid Snake, hands down. But apparently we have a new contender for best back in games, which is absolutely amazing. Look at that definition. I also want to, so he's got 5 fingers. Yeah, okay. So again, like, and that he is of this era of the suits, which is one of the earlier eras. That was a big revelation when I was working on timeline stuff back in the day, was, hey, the number of fingers on these suits are really kind of connected to the generation. Interesting that he's got 3 toes, which again, which is still to this day the one that people are like, why are there 3 toes? I love how the animation is great. And again, you get this like great, immediately attractive art style with the pixels, but because of modern technology and what we can do with art nowadays, you don't have as much like choppy graphics as you did back in that era, so it's the best of both worlds, right? You have the kind of aesthetics of that 16-bit era with the fluidity and motion that you can achieve today. It's really good. Like, this is awesome already. I'm hooked. And this is probably, to be honest, this is probably the scariest Springtrap has ever looked to me. Like, I've never been one, like, so I know people like love Springtrap. I like him as a concept and I like him as a character. I've never been a big fan of his design. I've never found him particularly scary because it's, you know, a rotten corpse in a bunny suit. Like, even in FNAF 3, which is really his hallmark game, he's kind of goofy. He's like, whoa! He does this kind of like curious lean towards you with his jump scare. He's not all that. This is terrifying to me. Like, this is horrific. Pit is actually a very scary story, which we'll talk about here, I'm sure. This is great. This is really good. Yeah, I'm totally gonna come with you, weird, creepy bunny man. What kid is saying, like, yeah, I'll go with that guy. Totally fine.
I mean, he probably looks a lot better when the lights are on.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Maybe. Oh no, he's all squeaky and so he needs to oil his joints.
He does.
What do we got? Okay, so I'm assuming this is Oswald. Looking around the old pizza place. This is like Clock Tower. Okay, here there's dialogue and stuff. So here let's go through some of this one at a time. So I'm assuming this is Oswald. Oswald is the kid who goes into the time travel ball pit. Why would he be? Okay, so this is here. So, okay, so I'm trying to think of how you would make a game out of this, because it's an interesting concept. Because in the story, as I remember it, granted this is the first book of many books, and so forgive me if I get things wrong, and maybe we could pull up a wiki or something. But Oswald ends up going to the pizzeria, the modern day pizza place, because he is like it's summer break. And his dad has to work and his mom has to work. And so, you know, they're like, well, we can't keep you at the library all day or whatever, so here's like a couple bucks, go hang out at the pizza place until we're ready. And so he goes to the pizza place, he eats the pizza, he likes the soda, and then he just hangs out there, right? And he loves to draw. He's a big artist, I remember. Why does he go into the ball pit? I forget why he goes into it in the first place, but it's this old, dusty, janky ball pit over in the corner, and it's got like a caution tape over it. Why it's still there after all these years is negligence and stupid. But, you know, he's like, okay, I'm gonna hop into this. For some reason, is he hiding from his dad or something? I forget, but he climbs into it and then he pops out. And then he's teleported to Freddy's. And so so this scene is in the past, which I think is an important point here. That this whole thing here is him going back to the past to experience Freddy's, because the modern day pizzeria does not have any of the trappings of Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, none of this stuff. So this is him crawling around in the past. He's got stripes and brown hair. He's clearly the crying child. He's not. That's a joke. I just wanted to call, in case anyone's going to look at stripes. He's got a striped shirt. He's white with brown hair.
But the stripes are in a warmer palette.
It's
this
true.
time.
It can't be the same. No.
Can't be the same.
No, it's a warm palette. That's not Gregory, who's also a robot, who's also a crying child. Definitely not.
No.
Take it here. I love that. So, I don't know. Weird. This is weird. But I thought for a second I saw like feet there. Ooh, that's spooky. For those of you who don't know, have you ever seen Clock Tower? Have we talked about Clock Tower here? Clock Tower, PS1. That was SNES. Yeah, it's SNES, I thought. No, it is PlayStation. This reminds me a lot of Clock Tower 4. Was there an SNES version? I thought there was. Because that's what I associate. Yeah, there it is. This is from World of Long Plays. Thank you, World of Long Plays, for showing us this one. But this is already giving me vibes of Clock Tower. So Clock Tower was the first horror game that I became aware of, right? Look at this gameplay. It's so slow, right? So unbelievably slow. That was the game. And you would have this scary guy pop out with his giant pair of scissors and he would chase you. Oh, there she goes. This is her running. This is what I had to go off of when I was a kid. This was my horror game.
Wow.
Right here. Whoa, look at that. Don't do it. The other side's too far away. Can I find a section where he pops out? Oh, he's collapsing here. Oh, come on. Is there a moment where he jumps in? Oh, this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's the sound. He became iconic with the sound. Yeah, there he is. Look at him go! Look at him go!
Oh man, he's got the blades.
No, he got the blades. He's gonna be chopping you.
Wow, dude.
He do be chopping. Go! Walk faster! No! Man, this is. I mean, the tension's. Everyone is so slow. Look at how slow everyone is. But the tension is high. Get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, he's getting mad about the clock tower. Uh-oh. Oh, here he goes. Spoiler alert. This is one of that. There's a lot of endings. Well, that was easy.
Bye.
Thank goodness. There it is. And it just lasts. Everything is so slow in this game. Oh, man. No. Okay, and then they're like, oh, hey, I understand. Okay, anyway. But that was the horror game that I grew up with. And so this is already giving me, like, solid Clock Tower vibes, where you're walking around and then all of a sudden, like, Springtrap's gonna pop out and he's gonna, like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. He's probably a little bit more menacing than Small Man with Scissors, but the music was what got everyone back in the day. It's a great game. If you can find a sped up, modernized version of it, I don't know if it exists. I haven't thought about it or played it in many a year, but that's worth checking out. It's like one of the granddaddies of this style. Okay, so we're still wandering around in the past, employees only. Okay, this is it. This is what I was describing before. So this is modern day, right? So this is modern day in what's his face? Jeff's Pizza. That's what it is. This is modern day Jeff's Pizza, where there's just an old ball pit off in the corner, and Oswald's like, "WTF, man? Why is this here?" And it's clearly like boarded off, and it's like, "Don't use." I love the fact that there's just small children's handprints all over it, like ah. So this is where the twist comes in, right? So you would think that, oh, boy travels through time and experiences the original missing children's incident. You'd think that that would be the story, right? Like, that's it. But that isn't. The real plot of Into the Pit is Oswald's dad here gets pulled into the ball pit by Springtrap, and then Springtrap becomes Oswald's dad. And all of a sudden, Oswald starts seeing Springtrap wherever his dad is, and Springtrap doesn't talk. He's there at the dinner table, and he's like, "Ah, yes, here I am, son." And Oswald's obviously freaked out by the fact that his dad is Springtrap. But again, it's weird, and I'm curious what they're going to do with the game for this, because the only time that Springtrap actually gets like aggressive or attacks Oswald is at the end of the whole thing, when Oswald's like, "I need to get my dad back," and so he tries to fight Springtrap to get his dad back. But otherwise, it's just these weird, uncanny moments with like scenes of everyday life with your dad as Springtrap. And so it's like Springtrap driving him down the road, like ready to drop him off at the library or at school. It's like, bye, Springtrap. Or like I said, breakfast is this really memorable scene where it's like they're eating breakfast and Springtrap's just sitting there and Oswald's all freaked out. And his mom's like, what are you doing, man? Like, what's wrong? So I guess they're going to make Springtrap more aggressive and attacking more, I guess. But it becomes much more about solving the mystery of what's going on than battling Springtrap. So here we go.
Before we move on,
Yeah, please.
are you seeing those pictures on the wall? The drawings? It's like right where that text showed up, like right next to the net. Do you see how those lines sort of form?
Low, like these things?
Yeah, like you can see two legs on the right, and if you go up, it kind of looks like a bear.
Oh, it is legs. Oh, yeah. Oh. That does look like a bear, doesn't it? Weird.
It does look like a bear.
Is that like a chica? Maybe?
It
Like
might
you
be a chica.
You got a big round head. Maybe a beak or something? Some arms.
I mean, the stature looks correct.
The stature looks correct, right? Got those legs. Huh. That is interesting. You're totally right.
I don't know what is next to her. I
Right,
don't know if that's more visible in like subsequent frames.
Right.
But like, it's definitely something, and it feels deliberate.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Like, well, again, if this is a corner of if Jeff's Pizza is a reused Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy Fazbear location, right? You would assume that there's memorabilia and stuff hanging out in the background from the time when it was an old Freddy's restaurant. So maybe this is like an old painting or mural on the wall that has been like either papered over or repainted. Like even the faded paint here, right? Like this is clearly not modern day paint. This is the old like Freddy's location checkerboard painting down here, but it's fading with time, where it's been covered up. And so I think that applies to that stuff too, which is a really good call. And actually, good thought with that. I just thought it was like wear and tear on the wall. Is a cool way of seeding out details and seeding out a story here, where you think like, oh, the clues are the obvious things, like the ball pit and things like.
Cock-a-doodle, ooh. It's high fiber Kellogg's cereal. So how high in fiber is it exactly?
Alright, let me get the eyes.
Very. It just says it right there on the box. Kellogg's, nourish your great.
Things that are kind of covered up on the wall.
Oh no, it totally is. So it's Bonnie on the left, Freddy center, Cheek on the right. You can see Bonnie's base a little bit.
Is that what that is? Yeah, that makes sense. Yep, totally. You're absolutely right. Oh, and there's there's little bear ears right up there.
Right, it's like that Let's Party image.
It is. Yep, you're exactly right. Good eye.
Thanks.
That one, man. Nice. Yeah, man. You've got big ol' arms. Everyone in this game, man, is just jacked. You've got jacked. Forget Spring Bonnie and Springtrap. You've got jacked Bonnie and also jacked Dad.
Spring jacked.
Spring jacked. Everyone's been memeing on like Helpy, and there's like Buffy, Buff Helpy and stuff like that. You got Buff Springtrap.
I really wish I could track my shit a lot easier than
It's
this.
good for your kids and the games. But I do gotta say, Oswald's dad here, massive forearms.
Oh, huge.
That guy is doing like wrist curls for days.
Wrist curls. Oh yeah.
Huge. All right, here we go. So we got this. Okay. What were you thinking, hiding in that nasty old thing? Didn't you hear me calling you? Oh, so yeah, maybe that is him hiding. Was he hiding out just because he was mad at his dad? I'd have to refresh myself on why Oswald gets into this nasty ball pit in the first place. But yeah, hiding in that nasty thing. Didn't you hear me calling you? Oh, awesome. Awesome. I love how mildly concerned Oswald is. Look at his reaction face. He's like, oh no! This is a great jump scare. This is Springtrap's best jump scare. This is Springtrap's best game. Already. This trailer, this 1 minute of content is already the best thing that Springtrap has been in the 10-year history of this franchise. Done. Point proven. Look at that. That's awesome. That's so good. That's horrific. It's also a little bit weird canonicity-wise because there's a man inside that suit who wouldn't have those like sharp pointy teeth, but whatever. This is great. Oh, this is awesome. That's awesome. That is such a good scene. Meanwhile, Oswald's like, oh no, I'm still in my resting animation. It's like, oh, ooh. That's interesting. Hiding in the mask. This is so good. Nope. That's awesome. Well, that's horrific. Do we know when that's coming out? This looks great. Okay, so here, let's quickly go through the bottoms. Okay, so, and this is going exactly the way that the story does, where Springtrap comes out of the ball pit, takes the dad, and then replaces the dad, basically. Hold on. Is that music, man? Is that music? Is that DJ Music Man? I think it is.
In 1985?
That's weird, right? I was about to call that. So, I wanted to react to that in two different steps here. Step one is I'm surprised to see music, because that is definitely Music Man. He's got the headphones, he's got the face, like, that is our boy. That is our boy Music Man. It even looks like it almost says, like, something man. But yeah, that was gonna be my follow-up, which is, this is so, again, 1985 is very clearly the established date of the missing children incident in Into the Pit, which is, you know, was, with this being the first one, and Scott being like, it's going to help you solve the mysteries of the past, that was the moment that everyone's like, oh, clearly they're trying to tell us the year of the missing children incident. Music Man?
That's wild.
Press X to doubt. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird one. There's no way Music Man was there in the original set. There's no way.
No, I mean, unless there was, like, separate sets or just characters that existed within, like, an established canon that weren't seen in restaurants. Like, that's so weird.
It's a weird one, because...
We would have seen him way before, like, Security Breach.
Right? Because also we're talking about different eras of Music Man, right? Like, excuse me as I put on my Music Man expert cap. But, like, Music Man is most associated with the Funtime animatronics. We never see him in Sister Location, but his design aesthetic of the white and pink with more like humanoid or clown-like appearance, that is of the era of the Funtime animatronics, which we see in Sister Location, obviously, and the first time we see Music Man is in FNAF 6. A pizzeria simulator where he's just kind of like banging his cymbals in the background. We never actually see him. We just can buy him. And then he becomes DJ Music Man in Security Breach. So, if anything, you could consider, everyone's been confused, and us included, right, about like, hey, where does Sister Location fit into this? Where do the Funtime animatronics fit into this? Help wanted to start to give clues as to, hey, maybe there's some more overlap, or like some things happening concurrently with the Funtimes and the original set. Maybe they're closer than you think. But even still, that would be basic Music Man. That would not be DJ Music Man. DJ Music Man feels like he was specifically for Security Breach. So, as happy as trust me, I am not going to complain anytime I see a casual drop of the Music Man. That's my thing. You know, I live for a casual drop of Music Man. That being said, from a lore standpoint, I see this and I'm like, nah, not real. That's not true. Because this is absolutely the past. This is, 1985. This wouldn't be Jeff's Pizzeria or anything. So that's weird. Which also gets me to question, and I'm sure this is the question that's circulating online right now, which is this canon? Because it's a book story, but it's being set in a video game. And for a long time, the video games had their canonicity, and the books had their canonicity, but all of a sudden, once you start making video games, you're crossing your streams. Right?
Okay. I don't know how much we've tapped into carnival theory. Like the theory of the carnival?
Carnival theory.
Not like the field of carnival theory.
I'm intrigued about the field of study that is carnival theory.
I am too,
Yeah.
now that I say it. But I'm referring more to the assertion that there was a carnival
Yep.
before the events of FNAF that we see,
Yep.
where most of our Funtime animatronics were at, right?
Yeah, okay, so explain that exactly.
Oh god, okay.
Look at you! Look at you with your deep lore FNAF knowledge.
Okay, so the first time I heard about this theory, it was from none other than John FNAF.
Oh, John FNAF.
And he pulled things like the game files from Ruin and placeholders where it's like, do we tease the carnival thing here?
Mhm.
Because he was trying to speculate like why we saw all of those costumes in like ruin/security breach, but we
Yep.
didn't see them pop up.
Right.
And John theorized with the help of like some images and like concept sketches that he found from Scott and around the internet that there was a carnival before
Mhm.
FNAF, especially like with the Funtime animatronics, and that's where they were first. Right?
Yeah, that also coincides with Balloon Boys minigame, the Balloon Boys flight. There's also the Funko toys that people have been wondering about for a while, which are the Balloon Fun toys, just in case you're curious. Fun Toys FNAF, I think it's something like that. Yeah, these guys. Funko Pops. You got the Balloon Freddy, like Carnival Fun Freddy, things like that. These guys, where it's like Circus Foxy, Balloon Chica, all of that, right?
So that very, very confusing for people. And so, kind of like what Matt said in his timeline, where there was like a tracking video or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, was that actually part of a carnival? So I look at that poster, especially the style of it,
Yep.
where they had like those show posters in front of things like circuses or events or things like that. Is it from that we're seeing this now brought into a pizzeria, where even though DJ Music Man isn't here, he has existed for longer than we know, and
Right.
he was just brought back?
Well, it's also, and it's also, again, to like reinforce the circus theory or the carnival theory. We even did a short about this on Game Theory last week, where in Ruin, or sorry, not in Ruin, in Help Wanted 2, there's a poster of carnival, and it's the Faz Carnival. There's a poster of a big top tent, and it's dated from, or Fall Fest.
Right, Fall Fest.
And it's dated 1970. So in the past, in Help Wanted 1, there was Fall Fest 1970. Here's the Mighty Mighty 3, oh my gosh, big deal. But now you have Fall Fest 1970 with a traveling carnival and kind of this circus thing, which is also reinforcing this idea about like, hey, was there a story here, or was that like traveling bear circus that I talked about back in the day as the beginning of our timeline? Was that bear, the original Freddy Fazbear, a literal bear, part of this circus act back then? Here's the thing. It could be an Easter egg. It could welcome to the world of this franchise, where it's like, is it an Easter egg? Is this canon? What is this? Because, for us, we try to take everything canonically, but also there are times where, like, this franchise has gotten so big, and there's so many moving pieces to keep track of, it's hard. But yeah, that's a good call out. And yeah, it goes to the question of, when a book becomes a game, and the book had its own canon, does the game fall...
Yeah.
Game canon or the book canon? I would say, and kind of my default looking at this would be, it is the book
We'll
canon.
do this one next.
Right? Like, because it is an offshoot of a book, I think it falls into the book canon. And so, a great example of this is, I think the big twist, or kind of one of the big, like, question marks that Into the Pit raised in its initial story, was when Oswald eventually sees the missing children's incident kids, and when he sees the missing children's incident happen, like, we all think of missing children's incident as 5 kids. 5 kids went missing, right? It is, it's the 5 kids went into the suits, and question mark, that's us. But in Into the Pit, it's actually 6. Like, he says, oh, there's a lineup of 6, and everyone's like, 6? Why would there be 6? That's weird, because you should have Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, Golden Freddy. That's your 5. So who then is your 6? Is that Charlie, the puppet? So puppet comes later. So that was always the thing that people were like, oh, the book canon is different because, it's not one for one. Scott has been very clear, like, they are separate things, but they kind of inform each other, and they kind of talk back and forth to each other. So obviously it's changed that one thing that we all knew about
wings, head,
that it's 5 kids. That's always
ears,
always
and
5.
body.
And so,
I need to match it with something. I don't want to match it with this. It's
about the date, 1985.
not quite what I'm
That was
looking
kind
for.
of the fall. But now if all of a sudden Into the Pit is a thing, and there's 6 kids, do you take that as canon? Is that books? Things like that. I would say keep them still separate. Book things and spin-offs of books are their thing. Game things and spin-offs of game things are their thing. Just like the graphic novels are still in the book. But again, there's a dialogue back and forth between the two. So here he goes. Here he's running. This is cool. I don't remember there being any mention of Golden Freddy at all in the book, into the pit. So it's cool to have this. I also think it's interesting to hide.
Okay.
And then hide? Like, is it just saying hide because...
Not this guy. He goes over here.
Like, maybe we press E here and he's in the process of
I don't
hiding.
think I have anything that matches it,
because
really.
he's in the process of hiding. It is weird to say, like, unhide as he's standing outside of it, because no one's hiding right now. That's cool, though, to see Golden Freddy. That's also terrifying. I love that slipping into a spring-lock suit.
I go blue.
We just dropped this over.
I just don't have anything really that matches.
That is one of the things that, you know,
don't have enough
has been
macarons.
speculated about, though, and one of the things that the books hit over and over again is this idea of people being alive while
Maybe.
trapped in the spring-lock suit, specifically Golden Freddy, right? Because we've never really known why Cassidy
Blue.
is, you
I feel
know,
like that'd be
the
too much.
vengeful spirit, and why
Blue and white.
there, you know, Golden Freddy has always been the outlier, right? And so there's been a couple of things that the books have thrown out there, right? There have been kids who have basically been spring-locked into the suit, or trapped in the suit, or like in the original novel series, there was a kid who was basically like, Springtrap's like, I gotta keep you here, but I'm not ready to kill you yet, so whoop, and he just like drops a Golden Freddy suit on him, and the kid's like, oh no, I'm trapped in a Golden Freddy suit. And he's like, don't move, otherwise you're gonna get spring locked like me. And he's like, oh no. So yeah, it's like, so the way that people have used Golden Freddy suits
I'm
have
gonna
been
use
weird,
this
right? You
black
see
one
kids
just
hiding in
because
it, and ultimately
I have a
paying
lot of
price
it. I need
for
to use it
hiding
up.
inside of it. You see Springtrap using it as like a yuck yuck yuck, I'm gonna tickle you in here, and you're like, oh no, and stuff. And then you obviously have the thing that everyone's used to, which is hiding dead bodies inside the suits. And so it's interesting to see Oswald.
It doesn't
in the thing,
match.
again, I don't think happens in the book.
But someone's
him
gonna
crawling
find
into a
it.
Golden Freddy
I
suit
love
to
it.
hide. I think that's a cool little
And that's all that matters.
And now you get this kind of reference or this callback to Knack 2 with putting on the mask. This is terrifying.
Okay.
The animation there is so good. This is without question the scariest that Springtrap's ever been. Blue eyes. It's interesting. So is this after the side of it? Is this just a robot? He's very robotic. So is this actually Springtrap? That's always been kind of one of the questions of the book. Or is like, you know, was this actually the guy? Is it a spirit of Springtrap? It's a weird, again, it is a weird story.
Should still be
And
there.
that we're not seeing a clip of Springtrap at breakfast. But I guess that wouldn't really work for the gameplay. So this looks awesome. I'm excited about this. I think this is such a cool new visual style for the franchise. I think it works really well. That old NES era aesthetic, I think, is great for these sorts of horror games. It feels like it's getting back to like that indie feel that old Snap had.
Ooh,
and even
hello.
like, you know,
Is there
the
actually anybody
SNES
watching?
Era, it harkens back to like
It says
old
9,
mini games,
and it
which
said
to
1,
this
and
day
then
I
said
think are part
0.
of the
So.
franchise. You know, purple guy coming out with his little like phone crank thing, being like, "You can't save them." You know, that sort of stuff was so disturbing and so scary. So I'm excited about this. This is from a Zelf Willpower over on the Reddit, subreddit. So images were found in a website's metadata. That's nice. I'm glad that they're hiding stuff in website metadata again. Interesting. So this is the inside of Jeff's Pizza. But what's fascinating about this is a very different graphical style. This is like PS1 era graphics as opposed to that like 16-bit. So I'm wondering if this is an early concept image, or like as they were trying to figure
Well,
out.
if there's
what art
anybody
style
actually
wanted, or
watching,
maybe
thanks
this
for
is like
stopping
some
by.
cutscene.
Just watching
But the
some
graphical
Matt
style
Platt,
is
GT Live,
very
and
different.
working on some
But
of
it
these
is cool to see
guys.
the pizzeria in modern day and kind of the inside of what Jeff's is. And you can tell that it doesn't have all the like trappings of the characters on the ball or anything like that, but you do have some of the checkerboard, so you can see how that's kind of persisted over the years. Also got this is interesting. So this is the back alley. This is the back alley of the place, and you got our boys, the Trash Pals, hanging out. So again, if this is 1985, unclear whether this is 1985 or present day, I guess. But if you got Trash in the gang, they're also here since the beginning. It's interesting how many things and references are happening here in 1985 and how that does or doesn't apply to the lore. But always a fan of Trash in the gang. Always a win. I love the fact that they went from like meme characters that were just kind of thrown in, I feel like, to fill out the roster, to like, oh no, like these are actual characters that were put inside of a restaurant for the entertainment of kids Sure, okay, why not? It would make sense if I were doing the lore of this, right? If I were doing the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, I would, and wanted to continue keeping trash in the game, I'd probably put them in like the FNAF 2 era of like the take apart and put back together game. That's the story about Mangle, right? Liz Mangle is the way it is because kids have ripped it apart so many times and put it back together that it creates this weird like Lego-like conglomeration. And so I would see, this is kind of like Ali's interesting trash pile that he has, you know, where it's like, here's a bunch of random stuff, put it together, and there's your character, and I could see that being a very viable reason to have these characters present. Again, here's another reference. There's a pink and white bear. Like, healthy style. Right? I'm not making that up.
Hurts.
It's not just a weird pile of trash, is it?
No, I see it. I see it. At first, I only saw that pink and purple thing, and I was like, that's a stretch, dude. But no, I see the head around it, and then.
Unless this is a trash bag, which it might be. No, it's not like that. It's got
the eyes, and the little nose on
eyes
it.
and a muzzle. That's weird. And I mean, especially when you do that, you definitely do the shape. I don't know. Or it could be a hat. That's weird. So we're getting a lot of references, and again, this is also what Help Wanted 2 did, which is gave us a lot of references to pink and white animatronics being present in the early days of this franchise, like 1985 era, which back in the day when you're dealing with like robot spaghetti that's able to slither and fill out suits and stuff, I was like, that's insane. There's no way that's early in the timeline. And yet now it seems like more and more and more, it's like, no, we didn't have Bonnie and Clyde here, so this must be the past. Weird. Maybe you're going to a different location and exploring the history of the franchise. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna really the best but there's a lot of broken windows.
In there or outside for a long time. That would be really fun.
Yeah, I don't know what this one is actually. You know, if we're jumping between these two timelines of like modern day and 1985, I don't know. That there's a pink and white timeline, man. Timeline of this game. Oh, there he is. There's my boy sitting down to dinner. Oh my God, yes!
Dancing mother next to me.
They did do it. Oh, that's incredible. That's so weird. It is so weird.
I'll be right back.
I don't blame you, Oswald. You should be freaked out. Look at this. Casual spring trap, sitting down for some breakfast. I love it. Why, hello, my child. Come, join me for some eats. Oh, that is hilarious. I love it. I love this. I'm so happy that they're including this. To me, it's the most memorable part of that story is just a random spring trap sitting down at your breakfast with you. I'm assuming this is a nightmare. So I'm assuming that this is... What am I assuming here? Okay, this has got to be Oswald's room. Just because in this purple family, they're throwing in all sorts of weird references and Easter eggs here, my friends. The reason I say that this would be Oswald's room, most likely, is because of the Godzilla here. One of the things in the story that I remember, and I had marked out in my mind, is like, oh, that's interesting, is he and his dad bond over watching like an old like Godzilla-esque movie or like Godzilla-esque character. So that makes sense. We also know that Oswald likes drawing characters. I believe in the original story he's an artist and he talks a lot about these characters. I know he's inexplicably drawn to the franchise, right? Where he's drawing this creepy robot animal. And so drawings. The fact that his family is purple, or that this family photo of whatever is purple is strange. Even stranger is the fact that he's or something to kind of indicate like, hey, darker area, or somehow the world has shifted. I mean, it could be his house. But usually in a video game, you would do this only if you're showcasing like, hey, and this is not like the real world. And also the purple coloring on the walls and the fact that everything's kind of like shaded over. It feels like it's more of a nightmare or dream sequence. This guy, was that FNAF 4? They're throwing in all the references, aren't they? Can I open you up in the tab? There, it's a little bit better. I'm wondering if it's the same guy here. See him? Little like creepy caterpillar bug guy. Creepy cat. It's a different color. He's got a green face. And he's got a yellow face, but obviously like very clearly cut from a similar cloth or a reference to them. I'm wondering if they're trying to connect this in some way or like kind of make like a winking reference to FNAF 4. And that's my gut. Like, oh, maybe he's from FNAF 4, but he's like clearly Oswald's not. But it's just one of those things. FNAF 4. There's the quilt is adjacent but not exact, right? Yeah, it's not quite, but you still have a similar sort of pattern. So it's referencing and kind of similar but different. The idea of we're gonna probably have to hide in some closets, and then Springtrap's gonna pop out of others, hide on the beds, all that classic stuff. Oh, hello, Jeff's Pizza. Weird. Okay. So this is also part of the images found in the website metadata. Huh. The only pizza in town. Ooh, word games. Order online, jeffspizza.club. .club. Oh no! We're not ready for it yet. Maybe as we get closer to the game, jeffspizza.club. But yeah, I'll keep those in mind for sure. Open 10 to 2 every day. Very limited hours and good lunch place. Mozzarella cheese, sliced whole, green pepper, onion, sausage, mushroom, pepperoni, anchovy. Supreme, half cheese, half sausage. No cheese, half beef, added ingredients. Not bad. You can if you want to figure out the year, you can figure out what the price of an average slice is. Water. We got lemonade in the story. So I like the Jeff's Pizza. They're sometimes the only pizza in town. You have no choice. But again, the funny thing about that though too is right if they're saying the only pizza in town, it showcases that there is no Freddy's, right? Like, so when you go to Freddy's, it is this like difference in time. And then this, I'm very intrigued by this. This is what I'm cheese pizza sliced pepperoni. The price is different. Prices are different. Pepperoni pizzas, no, $3. Mystery pizza slice. I worry about that. Pink frosted cupcake comes for ice cold. Oh man, ice cold water for $1. Fountain soda for $1? And the ice cold water is also $1? Oh, easy every time. You know what you're going for. This is a fun maze. Is it solvable? Yeah, you go up there, through there. That seems super fun. Connect the kids to the pizza slice. Who gets the most pizza? I love these sorts of games. Unless they're in like Mr. Lemons or Ms. Tomato, Ms. Lemons. Let's see. Pizza scramble. P-I-Z-Z. Pizza. Ham. Cheese. Done. Make your own pizza. Whoa. Word scramble. Alright. I don't have the time to do it now. But I'm curious about this. Because the last time we had a word scramble in this franchise was in the security logbook, and it gave us Cassidy's name. And the way that we solved it, right, was if you circled all the like clues and answers and whatever, the letters you were left with it's me, repeated over and over and over again. And if you circled everything, you wound up with the letters C-A-S-I-D-Y, which gave you Cassidy, which was the eventual spirit, right? This looks not to be the same, and as I look at it, I'm just trying to see if there's anything that stands out, just as I like any weird repeated letters. Oh, nice. Liver. Yeah, child. Yeah, I'd be curious though. This is harder than I think the like alternating like colors and letters makes it actually harder, because usually I'm able to like spot at least a couple of the basic ones pretty easily, but this is surprisingly difficult to just make out immediately. But yeah, I want to know like, hey, is there anything in here if you solve it? That's cool though, I like it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Nothing in the background images that really knocks it out. None of the kids strike me as particularly like, oh, this is like, you know, the puppet or the crying child or whatever. Yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. In the pit, Fazbear Frights' first story. I am excited about this. This is very cool. And then, into the pit. There's one picture.
I should
into
switch
the
to blue.
pits
Fuck.
Picture.
For the rest.
Because there was like one image that was cut from the final pit, right?
Let's finish this and then I have to switch to
Just throw
threads.
him out back here. There you go. There he is. There he is. Popping out. Hey, guys! There's Oswald. So, yeah, I mean, it is adhering pretty well to the image of the book. So this was never published, I don't think. All the Fazbear Frights books had, like, one image associated with each of them, and then just didn't... They ended up not making the final cut of the books or whatever. But this was definitely one of them. I think one of the things that people always memed on was the fact that, like, Oswald's arm is literally being, like, squeezed off right here. Like, his hand do be getting squeezed to death. And then I think his dad got on his head or something. That's why he's got a scratch up there. He's got a weird star pattern up there. Still got those arms, though. Arms for days, and I'm sure the Springtrap's got the back. But yeah, so that, my friends, is Into the Pit. I am excited. This might end up being my final FNAF game.
Oh.
Maybe Tom or you or whoever will let me come back onto GT Live and play FNAF together.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, I'll play it on my own.
That'd be very sad.
Yeah.
We can't let that happen.
No, certainly not.
No.
We must be alive.
We simply got to
Simply
theorize.
must. Anyway, that's Into the Pit. I'm very, very excited about this. I'm excited to hear that, like, Five Nights at Freddy's is still alive and kicking. And, you know, that there is something in the year of 2024, new book, new coloring book, new game. This looks very, very cool. So, that being said, I think we're going to talk about this 1 minute of content for a sufficient amount of time. I feel like we've gotten a lot out of it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot to chew on. I think there's a lot of questions that this opens up. And I'm curious to see how they translate the story into the game. And whether they're going to do more of these, too. Certainly there are some stories that lend themselves better to the games. Even this one is an odd one. Like I said, like it's mostly a static story of just like creepy existential horror until the end when finally there's a battle. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. If it's going to be probably mostly like hiding, running away, gathering clues and solving a mystery, as opposed to like, oh, we're going to fight Springtrap and stuff. Which I think is a good one. You know, feeling like a lack of power in the face of this like evil entity. I think it's cool. But yeah, can't wait to see when that one comes out. And that's it. So without any further ado, my friends, thank you so much for watching. And remember, it was a video for you. See ya.
Oh my god, I do.
No, it wasn't a live stream.
No,
It was just a
It was
video.
just a video. No need to remind them it wasn't live. They know.
They know.
It wasn't a live stream.
It's like what our guy said.
Yeah,
They'll know.
they'll know. They'll understand.
Yeah.
They hear it in their hearts.
In their heart and souls.
In their heart and souls, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video. A video for them. For them.
Prepare and eat.
I accidentally spun it already. Well, here we go. Accidentally spun it already. Well, here we go. First one. What's it gonna be? Siberia. Ooh. Okay, next one. Ooh, last time. Ooh, almost the long dark. Ooh, missed. Ooh, we're hitting the classics today. I'll do 5 entries since this is a massive wheel. Oh my god, we're really hitting all the classics, aren't we? Oh my god. Okay, last one. What is it? Oh my god. Oh, it was so close. What is Mist about? We're about to find out. Welcome to Mist, a starkly beautiful island, eerily tinged with mystery and shrouded in intrigue. The sky opened up. There was a sky behind the sky.
Oh, it's me.
destroyed as I had planned. I continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate what might have landed, but I must admit that such a conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Miss Book are unsettling to me.
Miss Book.
I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Wow. Oh. Okay. I just did. Wow. Thanks. Well, not leaving with this ship, I guess. Lift it. Okay. So we have a whole island to explore. Nothing hiding in the little corners. Oh, another one. Great. A notepad. Nice. I have my remarkable right here. So every little like area has its own lever. Not what I expected. This is a scary device. January. Ah. So dates and time. How do I exit? Right click. What? Oh, a grave. I can't read. Do you think we're gonna dig? Can I crouch? No, I don't think so. Oh, it's the ship. Whoa. Rocket? Rocket. Spacebar to take a picture. Why would I want to take a picture? Okay, maybe I shouldn't touch things right now. Oh! The book ate a page! Hi. But red is evil. Okay, bye. Oh, and we have blue ones too. Oh, creepy. Don't see me. Tekana. So they're both trapped in the book? They both look like they can't be trusted. Okay, creepy, bye. Maybe I want you to stay in the book. Have you thought about that? Oh. Torture chamber? idea what any of these do. Are these really old books? Push, interact. Oh! Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were, a group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks as it was never too far of a distance. One day another person appeared on the rocks for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named his new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will, Emmett, and Branch. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were already becoming good friends. Today, the second day of the a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. Puberty. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain. I had a dream. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. What? A submersible lamp. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of the horizon which I have not been able to discover, if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rain, a snowstorm arrived. They were frightened with the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I've also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, I might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. This is a lot to read. I returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time to let the world's own navigation have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. Light. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days? A whole fucking lighthouse? What? The lighthouse is finished, and we're all proud of our creation. Are they gods? Is this like Adam and Adam and Adam instead of Adam and Eve? The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening we powered out the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being
Sowing some
coated
bats
with
tonight.
a blanket of ocean
That's the
dew.
plan
But
anyway.
where did they get like bricks and glass? And how? I guess he was writing things into being, right? It was Will who first saw the girl. Oh God, Eve arrived. She was swimming. So about that puberty, she was swimming out front from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. Emmett, what are you planning? I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art. That will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written. I think this is not here. No, the stone ship age. I think of this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover. So it's like a god that came down, helped some people out, and then left again. But it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. Huh. It has been 10 years since I left this age. Oh, that's not that much, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Grange told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They're all very content, and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighting has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rocket was sunk 40 or 50, centimeters. I thought it was meters. I was like, 50, a little bit, but not that much. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like in another 10 years. These will be important later for sure. So that was the Stone Ship Age book. Oh my god. I've called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. So this might be before the Stone Ship Age. Elsewhere there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. Whoa! A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I'm eager to discover more about this and its people, but I have arrived here late and I need rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a cave adjacent to the one in which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my... Okay, so it's probably before the stone. Monkey people. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some kind of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them. They were like, "Oh, naked monkey." But they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we'd arrived at the ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting to watch these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures at the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls, magic monkeys. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature who was dressed in many exotic, I thought that's erotic, erotic fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. Very old. At least to some extent, he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head fine, almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he's old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. I mean, if he's that old and naked monkey. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble and wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. Following is my best translation of what he told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly. Some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. How'd they do that? The humans who lived, are they like the new Earth of the island? The humans who lived through the catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I'm not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own, yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there. And the tree dwellers worship him and apparently all humans as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and sleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread, which, with much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off of the narrow path high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body he had fallen onto a lower level of the walkway and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. This is so weird. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They're constantly offering me strange objects of affection. We even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I've lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I'm even beginning to learn bits of their language. I've decided to return home. I wonder why this is a different color. Decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons and hopefully return with them. However, I'm sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Akanar will react to this curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I wonder why you would want to live amongst monkeys. What world would they come from? But this is the better one. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I'm leaving tomorrow to check on the Osmoyan age, whatever that is. Cirrus has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choctic. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Akanar. See Everdune's journal for more information. Oh, I'm sure I will. After watching Cirrus and Akanar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. And for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I'm leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Akanar are staying behind. I've been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Akanar that about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken. Although they only remember her from their childhood, Catherine had suggested that it would be nice for them to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They'll be returning with me when I leave again. I told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with some creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and I'm reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black. Yeah, they have! I thought they were, to various different colors. I've shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. The monkeys are like, he thinks he's writing, but it's all just scribbles. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. Monkeys are just like, this idiot. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night. They told me they would like to come to Channelwood again and asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request. I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. Future Bridge.
Get there your way with RPC Avion Visa. Choose flights from over 130 airlines.
Bond Repair by L'Oreal Paris. Our deepest repair for stronger, shinier hair.
Take a splash of inspiration, a dash of imagination, and you get a snack so packed with juice and real fruit, it had to be named Welch's Juicefuls. See the juice, taste the fruit. Welch's Juicefuls.
Oh my god, there's 3 more. Jesus Christ. We'll read them in a little bit, okay? Oh my god. Oh, this thing. Ooh. I'll take a picture. Try this. This is a lot. Why is there so many? That's enough slices! Excuse me? Maybe it's like we need a certain number. So you can't just put them all in. Okay, I'm not taking pictures of that. Fuck that. Maybe there's 200? Nope. Okay, fuck that. So, we came in here, bunch of books there. I haven't looked at this. Is this anything? What's that do? Oh, is this, wait. What is this confusing? There's 2. Whoa. Oh. Books get tucked away. My BB alarm. I just want to check library.
Don't know if I have enough pink to do these, but we'll try.
Book. How do I get down? Oh, there we go. Yeah, more books. Thankfully, I can't read this one. What is this? It's like a plate?
Does not
This feels like a theme park ride. Wow. Line though. The all-seeing eye. Oh, okay. I can't interact with it just now. Oh, it has a thing as well. A little tower. Excuse me? This goes way deeper than I thought. Like, what? I thought it was going to be a tiny basement. What do I do? Push, interact. Oh, these? Okay, maybe don't touch everything. I have no idea what. Oh, hey! Power to ship! Generator switches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Should I power it down? I have no idea what to do here. Oh, scary sounds. Let's get out of here. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. Okay. So what's this? Oh, we can move the time. Okay. It's a sliding door. Ooh, painting. Oh, that shadow's gonna be important, isn't it? PSI. Ooh. Okay. What's this do? Don't know. Bye. Oh, this was from the. Oh. This is from the painting, right? Is this a remastered? Yeah. This came out 2 years ago. I've never played the original.
I see the problem here.
Well, this isn't this island, at least. There's a piano thing here. We haven't seen a piano, though, right? Oh, this is all, like, faded out. I'm just seeing if there's any hints we want to look at. Yeah, and this, I touched... Oh, hey, the rocket's on. Wait. The rocket wasn't on it before. What did I do?
Ow, fuck, that hurt.
Did I move the number up? Let's do it. Information. Okay, we need to flip all the things up. Oh, this one is up. So it's not for everyone. Every one of them. Okay. Let's see what it looks like now. Oh! Okay, but what do I do? Oh, it locks on. What is it though? What's happening? Is there something on the roof? Is it that thing? Is that the dome we go into? Oh, it could be. Wait, does that mean the ship needs 59 volts to power it? The Remarkable's coming out on the right ship just because the laser is pointing at the ship. Go back to what? Dark Prophet. Ooh, it's open. How do I climb this? Oh, there you go. You just need to get close to it. I can see the ship now! So that like, okay, so ship is something with 59 volts. There's a note in the beginning at the ship. There's a note here. Oh! It's not a note, but hey, what is this? Damn. Dimensional imager. Oh! Oh. Oh shit. Can you close it? 40.
I'm hungry.
Whoa. What am I doing? Am I changing something above ground? A rock I ran past, okay. 47. Oh hey, it's the switches. Marker switch diagram. Water turbulent pool, 60 seconds. What this is or what it's for. Let me out. Where? Oh, one of these bigger ones? Huh? Catherine! In our 4 chamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches
faulted
on
it.
the
Means
island
I can't
into
put
the
it
imager
online.
to retrieve the message. Oh.
Damn it.
Wait, how many are there?
How many are there?
I'm hungry.
There's one here.
Quit your bitching.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can't lock onto that one. Ooh, locks onto that one. Okay, so we have to go back down below and put the number 8 in.
It's gonna be a pain in my ass.
Catherine,
Oh.
it's hard for me to believe. Most of my books have been destroyed. Catherine, it's one of our sons. I swear. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. Find him and Sears as well. I should have known not to have left my library unchecked for so long.
That's not good. I don't know where my pattern pieces are for him.
Place them in places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten, access them, remember the temple. Don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. See you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you read it, just to be safe.
Well, I'm not doing that. Okay, so, yeah. We were reading a couple of the books that weren't destroyed. So one of his kids...
Never made that one. It's intimidating to me.
Oh, we don't
Yes,
yet
monster, dinosaurs.
Let's go
I've
back
not
to
made the
power
sloth
user.
either.
Changed it again. So are you Catherine? We could be. We could also just be a completely random person though, who just stumbled upon the note. Or maybe we're one of the kids.
Okay, here's some bat cards. Ooh.
1, 2, 4.
Good.
Okay.
Looks like I got most of them.
So that must be then a hint for... I'm real tricky.
I don't have the feet. I usually end up losing the feet, so it's not a surprise, just a disappointment.
What? Oh, that. Oh, the safe. Maybe. That really sounds like Ocarina of Time to me. Guy in the blue book said he was Akhenaten. Oh, so the 2 books could be the 2 kids. I wonder how they got trapped in there. Seven, 2, 4. Open the safe. Ignite. Whoa! Fire! PSI!
What are we setting on fire? The tree.
The tree's moving. Oh! Uh-oh. I'm going up. Rode the tree to the highest position. I'm the king of the world!
And
I'll take me down.
make the feet. I don't have the feet, but I'm gonna have to make feet.
Oh, I'm too high up. Uh-oh. How do I get out? Huh. Oh. Okay. Is it going back up? Okay. What the button was to take me down. Is it because of the pressure? Go, 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 go. Take me down. Please don't trap me here. Can you imagine? Ooh, darkness. So that's to go back up. Wait, there's nothing. Oh, it's a book. Oh, is this one of the hidden books? I'm in the book. Wait, so they're like
Wait a second, my
the
brain's
book
not working.
thief. What was it again? Bookwalker? They're bookwalkers. That game that I played. They can jump into different parts of their page. That's how they write. So he wrote a ship, but then the ship just landed on the island. The rock ship.
Something's not right. Something's not right here. Why can't I
this is
figure
big.
this out?
I can see it.
Having a stroke or
Little thing
something?
way in the back
What
there.
a joke about. I didn't go anywhere for a while.
Here.
I think that'll be a bad idea.
Oh, I want to look at him.
Freddy! Ah!
There he goes! What a chunky boy! Oh. Okay, there's a pipe here. Oh. What are you? Did I open it? Oh yeah, you can hear it running through the pipe. That's cool. Oh, and then decide which way it goes. Is that missing a lever or something? I think you can hear it going through the pipes. I have no idea where to direct it though. Oh, look at that green shimmer. Do you see that? That's so pretty. Yeah. Ooh, there's a box here. Oh, was it already going that way? Oh, was that the one I was at? No, it's different. A tiny lever. This game really has a thing of like, the door needs to be closed. Otherwise, it ain't happening. Oh shit, there's a whole level above here.
Sew this together and call it a night, I think.
Wait, are we in Monkey World? Channel... What was it? Channel something. Channelwood? That's awesome. I don't know what I need to do though. No, Big B, thanks so much for the gifted subs. Thank you, I appreciate it. There's a lot of stuff, but I don't think I can do anything with it. Oh, that one looks bigger. What you got in the basket, huh?
Okay.
Nothing? Wow. Can't believe I'm finally playing Myst. We've been talking about playing this game. Oh, have I been here? I might have. We've been talking about playing this game for so long. Where are the monkeys? Yeah, I mean, the game's originally, 1993. Hey. So, I doubt we're going to actually run into character models. Oh, this one doesn't work? Can I get on this? No. Is that a staircase back there? Oh wait, maybe I can follow this. Pulley system. Oh, there! Let's see. Oh shit, how do I get there?
Ooh, I gotta be careful. One of these. Get two of the same. Oh,
Okay,
that's
looks like I just got a loop on around. Jeez, this is so complicated, this layout. But we're doing it. You can remember playing the original. What did it run on? Was that like... It was before Windows 95. That's like... I can't remember. I was 7. That's true.
Yeah, I don't have any bets at the shop at all.
Oh! Did I just open something? Oh, yeah. I opened the door. Yeah, I remember a very fond stream as well where we played the original Alone in the Dark. And it was so clunky and it was pretty hard to play and we totally just used the walkthrough, but it was really fun. I remember that really fondly, going through that. Yeah, the new Alone in the Dark game should come out in March. Okay, but now we're just going back down. Although I guess we have an easy way up now.
Okay.
Let's see where else the water can go. It's so confusing. Okay, so it goes this way, right?
Need some paper.
And then we went up an elevator thingy. There. Okay, so... But then here, let's see what else we have.
No, I'm actually pretty tired tonight. I think I'm
So we
gonna call
gotta
that a
send the
night.
water.
I got 2 bats, just need to be stuffed and stitched. And I got most of another wet done. This is the temperature remote, not the TV remote. Alright, well, if you stopped by, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, guys. And I will see you another evening. Oh yeah, I got some shit in my shop now if you can want to buy shit. There's stuff up there. Finally.